It's time now to bring in our political analyst, Professor Jack Pitney from Claremont McKenna College. Welcome back, Professor. Thank you so much for being here. Just 10 days to go.
Yes, and the key word this morning is uncertainty. Number one, we don't know what is in these emails. Who said what to whom? How many of them are there? Does this really have any national security implications? All these are question marks. The political impact is also a question mark. On the one hand, this can't be good for Clinton. On the other hand, nobody knows how much damage this will cause. Are people who are concerned about the emails already voting against her? Is this, as she indicated, already baked in the cake? We'll find out in the polls in a couple of days.
Now, since even Mr. Comey said that we don't know what's in these emails yet, what was the motivation behind then coming forward with it just days before the election? Do you think there was any political motivation behind it?
I don't think we can jump to the conclusion that it was political. It's possible, given this was an aide to the Secretary of State, that there was a reference to national security information. Now, was the information classified? That's why they have to go through the emails to see if there was something in there that shouldn't have been in there.
Now, shifting to the Trump campaign, I know a lot of Republicans have been hesitant to give their support to Donald Trump, even this late in the game. Is there still a chance for Donald Trump at this point that he'll get some of those Republican voters who've said they don't want to give him their support?
The big chance for Trump is not that he's going to pick up support, but that Hillary Clinton will lose it. This latest revelation might turn off Clinton voters. They might decide to stay home. They might decide to vote for a third-party candidate. Probably not going to shift bigly to Donald Trump. But if Clinton loses support, that's a plus for Trump.
And what's the best course of action now for both candidates moving forward, since we don't know what's in these emails? Especially, what should Clinton do at this point?
Clinton should keep talking about her positive agenda. There's some speculation that the Clinton campaign has something in the Oppo box. So if we see some negative revelations about Donald Trump in the days ahead, we'll have a pretty good idea of where that information originated. Trump, on the other hand, has to keep pushing Clinton on this issue because it really does involve national security, and it's a legitimate question for him to be raising. He also has to avoid any of the gaffes that have dragged him down in the weeks in the past. If he can do that, then he can make this a lot closer race.
Now, we've heard a lot of advertisements with local candidates tying themselves to both Clinton and Trump. Do you think that these problems that both candidates have had will trickle down ticket?
It all comes down to mobilization. If the Democrats can mobilize their votes to support Clinton and vote for the down-ballot candidates, that's very bad news for Republicans, particularly here in California. Conversely, if this new controversy depresses the Clinton vote, that will also depress the vote for Democratic candidates down the ballot. That's why a lot of speculation this morning is that the big winners of this email controversy are Republican Senate candidates. Not necessarily that Hillary Clinton is going to lose the election, but a lot of Democratic candidates for the Senate who might have been able to just make it over the line are now not going to be able to do that.
Just days away from the election, Professor. Doesn't lack excitement, that's for sure. Each day brings something new.
And we'll have new things in the week ahead.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Look forward to that. And remember, you can stay with KCAL 9 News and KCAL9.com for continuing coverage of Campaign 2016.